Hello, magical people. My name is Meg Moonbeam, and welcome back to my YouTube, Rumble, and X channels. I'm doing a live on here. I know I do my daily astro videos that are live every day, but haven't done a live on a specific astrological topic in quite a few weeks. So, very happy to be here with all of you. Little bit of an intense topic for today, but there is some good news that we will get to. So, welcome to my channel. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to keep up to date with all my content, everything that I got coming out. If you'd like to stay connected with me no matter what during these times of censorship, be sure to follow me on my Telegram channel, which is at the link in the bio, my Rumble channel, my X, and also sign up for my newsletter as well. And I do offer personal astrology readings and courses and workshops, so everything's available below in the description box of this video. And today I want to do a specific talk on the astrology of weather from the rest of 2024 going until 2026. And there's a few different reasons why I've chosen this time frame as I'm going to be sharing with you guys. And I actually want to start this video by sending out positive energy, love, and prayers to everyone that is being affected by very intense weather systems all over the world. Guys, there's things happening all over the world. In North America, we're talking a lot, and also worldwide, about the hurricanes that are going on. There's also major storms hitting Europe. There's also major wildfires going on in the US as well, among many other different things as well. And please let me know in the live chat or the comments below if there's anything that I may not be aware of as a Canadian in terms of intense weather or unusual weather that may be going on at the moment. So thank you so much for everyone that's joining me live. Hello, Jill. Very nice to see you. And hello, Celestial Emma. Hello, everyone. So few different things I want to go over in today's video. I'm going to be talking about the Pisces influence in astrology that is bringing some very intense water-related weather. Uranus in Taurus, Uranus conjunct Algol, Pluto in Aquarius, the Saturn-Neptune conjunction. We're going to go over a lot in this video. Our upcoming full moon in Aries on October 17th. I'm also going to share with you the transits of the USA in terms of the weather, the Florida transits, and also the Dutch transits of the Netherlands, something that I just discovered. Yesterday, my husband Jens asked me to do a video with him for his YouTube and Rumble channels on the astrology of the Netherlands, and got some pretty interesting things to share about Netherlands in terms of the weather as well. Oh my goodness. Gemini Ascension says, I still have family missing in Western North Carolina. It is assumed by now that they are dead. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to say to that. I'm sending lots of love, Gemini Ascension. And to be honest with you guys, I'm personally feeling quite emotional today. I'm not being affected personally like you are, Gemini Ascension, by, my God, having family missing. That's a nightmare. This is a very challenging point that we are all in. And I hope you know, and everyone else being affected knows, that we are with you. We are sending you positive thoughts and prayers. And this is a very intense and emotional moment, but I felt really guided to go live and share this video today. Yes, sending you so much love, Gemini Ascension, and everybody else that is affected, for sure. So, okay, let's start off with, I'm going to share the chart of today as I'm filming this weather astrology video, October 9th, 2024. This is where we are right now, okay? We're in Sun and Libra season. We've got Pluto at the end of Capricorn. Pluto is about to be going direct on Friday. And at the moment, Wednesday, October 9th and Thursday, October 10th, we've got 6 planets retrograde, okay, including Jupiter that just went retrograde yesterday, early today, depending what kind of time zone you are on. Lots retrograde, plus this is the second last time in our lifetimes that we will have the moon in Capricorn with Pluto in Capricorn as well. And later today, early tomorrow, that moon in Capricorn will square Saturn, the ruler of Capricorn. We are at a defining moment of tests, okay? The collective is being tested. Each of us personally are being tested. And one of the pieces of advice that I wish to share with you guys from my hearts to your hearts is to remain grounded. Okay, Capricorn is a sign that's about groundedness, practicality, and really feeling this intuitive message today, like stay away from escapism and checking out. Okay, because there's very important things to be paying attention to. And yes, there is weather manipulation going on. I am streaming this on YouTube and Rumble, but I don't give a crap. I'm going to say whatever the heck I want to say in this video. And if I'm going to get taken down, then so be it. I'm over censoring myself. So that's why please follow me on my Telegram, my X, and my Rumble, because I don't care to censor myself. A lot of us know that there is weather manipulation going on at the moment that is horrific. Okay, the truth of it, like Gemini Ascension is sharing, her family is missing, right? Like there is really serious shit going on right now. There's very dark forces at play that are in total desperation mode. That's why these things are happening. And it is absolutely horrific and a nightmare if you are being directly affected. And, you know, I don't even know what words to say other than I'm sending you support and I'm sending you so much love and prayers. The positive is, and this is what I'm feeling so strong intuitively and also from the astrology, is that everything that is going on right now, all of these nefarious actions are going to be exposed. Okay, so justice will be served, and all of this is going to be exposed, not in the far distant future with Pluto ingressing into Aquarius. And I'll talk about that when we get to the Pluto and Aquarius piece. This is going to, even though these are nightmarish scenarios where innocent people are being affected, a positive aspect is it is going to assist in waking up humanity. And I know that's so much easier for me to say than to experience. So know that I'm not saying that lightly, but this is the part of the ascension process, the waking up process, the dark night of the soul that we are collectively in. It is not easy. Okay, and this is total darkness and dark arts coming to the surface. So where we are at right now, the darkness is showing itself. Pluto at the end, 29 degrees of Capricorn, about to be going direct on Friday. And they know, okay, you guys, all these dark arts people, they use astrology and they know their time is up. They know we're entering the age of Aquarius and they're scared shitless. And they know that Pluto is going to be going into Aquarius on November 18th in the Western astrology. And they're in complete desperation mode. Okay, so that's why all these crazy things are happening at the same time. And what I also want to say is, yes, there is manipulated weather. Okay, and if you're listening to, if you're hearing that for the first time, you know, InfoWars is talking about that a lot today. They have a geoengineering weather manipulation specialist on today. Go to Rumble, go to uncensored platforms. There's tons of information out there for you. I'm not going to get into the specifics of HARP and weather manipulation and all of that going on. It is going on. It is declassified. So that is happening, right? So where we're at right now is a very intense moment. Yeah, like Gemini Ascension says, the US has gobs of patents on weather manipulation. So this is not a conspiracy theory. This is something that is real, right? So, oops, one second, you guys. I just lost the chart I had up here. Let me bring that back up. So there's multiple different things that are going on right now, okay? And I'm going to unpack each one. And I'm also going to put timestamps in the description box and the comments for you if you want to review back, or if you're listening to this for the first time. I might go in different directions because I am channeling the energy, and I am an astrologer reading the astrology, which is a spiritual science, but I'm also sharing intuitive messages and channeling at the same time. So, first major thing that is going on, and I want to talk hurricanes first. Hurricanes, tropical storms, flooding, things that have to do with water first. Okay. A lot of this has to do with not only because, but definitely has to do with we've got Neptune and Pisces with Saturn in Pisces at the same time. Okay. The strongest outer planet at the moment is Neptune in his home sign rulership of Pisces. We've had Neptune in Pisces since 2018, and Neptune will be in Pisces until 2026. You guys are going to notice many of the things I'm talking about in this video will be over by 2026. So that's a very pivotal year where the energy is going to change big time for us, I believe, astrologically, in more of a positive direction. Okay. So with Neptune and Pisces, this is, the positive side of it is since 2018, we've been going through a huge spiritual awakening of humanity. Neptune rules spirituality, creativity, but the dark side, because Neptune does rule, the waters, the oceans, hurricanes, tropical storms. Neptune with Saturn in Pisces at the same time. Granddaddy Saturn, as I like to call him, is about challenge, delay, heaviness, harsh life lessons in whatever areas of life are ruled by the sign he is currently in. Pisces is the water, Pisces is the oceans, Pisces is water related weather. Okay. Many of you guys have heard me going back over a year now in my workshops, in my videos. I have said several times before even this hurricane season, as well as other astrologers, I'm not like special or anything. It's easy astrology to know. Neptune and Saturn in Pisces at the same time can bring very intense hurricanes and water related weather events. Okay. Yes, and I would like to do a collective prayer at the end of this video and visualization for anyone that is open to that. Okay, so we can do that together. Yes, we can shift timelines. I do believe that. And I do believe that the stars impel but do not compel. I love that quote. So there's very strong potential signatures, Spirit is saying, in the astrology that as an astrologer, I have to tell you guys the truth about. Okay. And sometimes I get comments of people saying, oh my God, Meg, you're being so negative because you're saying the hurricane is going to be bad. No, we've been saying this, real deal astrologers have been saying this for years before 2024, and telling people be prepared if you live in these places. If you live somewhere where you get hurricanes, where you get tropical storms, where you get intense storms of any nature, where you can have floods, where you can have flash floods, from now until 2026, you need to be prepared for that. Okay. And hopefully we don't have more of that, but it is a very big astrological probability having these two planets in the same sign. And it will actually get even more intense as we get into 2025. And mostly, actually, the most intense will be 2025. I think 2025 there is astrological potential because Saturn and Neptune, right now we've got Neptune 28 degrees Pisces, Saturn 13 degrees of Pisces. So they are not yet in conjunction. Okay. Different astrologers will say different things. For me, a conjunction of outer planets starts to get strong when they're within 10 to 5 degrees. They will be within 5 degrees of conjunction from March of 2025 all the way until summer of 2026. 2025, we may see the most intense hurricane season of all time. Okay. And I want to be wrong about that. I want to be wrong about that, but it's just the astrology. Now we can set our positive intentions, our prayers, but I have to be honest with you guys that that energetic signature is there. And this hurricane season is just the start of that. So again, I will say it again. If you live in an area that can be affected by these kinds of weather systems, please be prepared for those scenarios. And yes, it is good to have exit strategies. Okay, Ashala and I were talking about that on our As Above, So Below show we did on Beyond Mystic last night. Very good to have different options of potential places to go from family, from friends, from community members. DigiBean, hello, says a lot of people will be leaving us then. I'm going to be careful with my words here. In general, with us having the lunar eclipses now moved into Pisces, Pluto at the end of Capricorn, it is just overall astrology that many people are leaving us at the moment because, yes, Gemini Ascension says, Meg, do you think a lot of souls are choosing to leave? Thank you for that comment. Yes. And the reason why is because the Earth is shifting in harmonics. The Earth is ascending. We're entering this age of Aquarius, as we say in astrology. There's many different prophecies about these times. And certain souls are not choosing to go on that, I guess you could call it higher timeline. Okay. So yeah, there will be those people that do, those souls that are choosing to leave. A lot of older people in particular are now choosing to leave, with Pluto, the planet of death, at the end of Capricorn, older, elderly people. Okay. So this isn't really fun stuff that I'm saying right now, but there are going to be positive things that I am going to share throughout this video. Yeah, so, you know, during this period, while we've got Saturn and Neptune in Pisces until 2026 and the lunar eclipses in Pisces, there's going to be death that most of us are going to have to experience, of possibly loved ones that we know personally, community members. Yeah, that's part of these times, and important for us to, you know, Pisces is also spirituality and our higher consciousness, to know that really, yes, there is death of the physical body, but there is no true death of the soul, that we are all one, that we are all infinite and everlasting. And if some people choose to leave at these times, they're still around, they're still there. And that's something that's also going to test us in our spiritual development, is the coming to terms with, you know, there is no actual real death of the soul and that people live on. Celestial Emma says they will still be with us in other forms. Definitely. Yeah. Yes. So, sorry, I just lost my train of thought there. What was I going to say next? So with Saturn, Neptune in Pisces, the lunar eclipse is now in Pisces. This can make hurricane season stronger, weather-related events involving water more intense from now going into 2026. Okay, so And I will say it a third time. If you live in a place that gets affected by those things, be prepared for these things. And if you are being told to evacuate, if possible, I would be evacuating. So that's just me personally. I do believe we are protected with our intentions. So even if you're not able to evacuate for whatever reason, there's shelters, there's different options. Yes, I do think that there's weather manipulation going on, but there's also Mother Earth going through her shift, going through her ascension, and she is naturally having intense weather events as well. So that's also part of this Neptune in Pisces is confusion. One of the adverse parts of Pisces, it's confusion. What's real? What's not real? Is it a real hurricane? Is it not a real hurricane? Right? Maybe it's a bit of both. Maybe it's one or the other. All of this will get revealed in time. I promise you guys what is going on. Right? So, okay. What we've also got going on, which we've been having since, sorry, I said Neptune was in Pisces since 2018. Sorry, Neptune has been in Pisces since 2013. I had a slip of my words there. Uranus has been in Taurus since 2018. Okay, that's what I was meaning to say was 2018. When you're an astrologer, you guys, there's a lot of words. Please, a lot of words, a lot of years, numbers. Please give me grace with that. So we've had this Uranus in Taurus since 2018, which is the most unstable thing you can possibly have in astrology, in my personal astrological opinion. Okay. Because Uranus is the planet that rules instability, shocks and surprises, the future. Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. So Uranus wants to move forward. Uranus wants to innovate. Uranus wants to be weird and try new things. In the sign of Taurus, this is Uranus's fall position, his most unstable position. Taurus is an earth sign, the comforts and securities of life, the earth, nature, the food supply, money, right? So, and Walkyrie, sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, says Algol in there as well. Yes, that's the next point I was going to bring up. And it's not just a Uranus and Taurus. It's since this year, Uranus exactly conjunct Algol, the demon star. Okay, so unstable, Mother Earth is unstable. The weather is freaking unstable. There is a lot of manipulation going on, but not all of it is manipulated. Okay, and some people may get triggered by me saying that, but that's the truth of the astrology is yes, there's weird experiments going on with the weather. Uranus in Taurus, Uranus's experiments, but it's also the instability of the earth going through this shift. Okay, so both are going on at the same time. And Uranus in Taurus is not just hurricanes, not just tropical storms. This is any kind of weather, right? We're talking volcanoes, we're talking wildfires, hurricanes, anything you can think of with Uranus and Taurus from 2018 to 2026 can be more intense, unpredictable. The weather is unstable from now until 2026, no matter where you live, affecting the whole world. Okay, so interesting, this 2026 marker, Neptune and Saturn in that Pisces transit until 2026. Then they move into Aries, Uranus and Taurus until 2026. Then it moves into Gemini, right? So we're really in this intense point of not just the humanity events, you know, the great awakening of humanity, but we're also seeing that great changing in Mother Earth and in the weather. and it is weird. Uranus rules weirdness. It is weird stuff. So I will say it a fourth time. I'm feeling to say it again and again and again and again and again and again. And some people might say I'm negative, but I will just say it because I have to be real astrologer with you guys. Be prepared wherever you live. It doesn't matter where you live. And that's another thing. It's not like go over here, nothing crazy is going to happen there. It doesn't matter where you live. Whatever intense weather that you can have in that area from now until 2026, there's a probability, there's more of a potential that it can be intense, right? So for me as a Canadian, you know, I grew up in Southern Ontario. We don't have hurricanes. We typically don't have tornadoes, but we have hard winters. Okay. So doesn't sound very fun, but be prepared for crazy snowstorms. Be prepared for Uranus and Taurus, right? Uranus rules electricity and the power grid at his most unstable position of Taurus, conjunct the demon star of Algol. Be prepared for possible power outages. And again, I want to be wrong about this. I would love for this video to be out and 2 years later, everybody says, Meg, you were wrong. I would love that. I want to be wrong. But I have to tell you guys, be prepared for some very possible weird weather scenarios, depending on your region, wherever you live, from now until 2026. Okay. And that Uranus conjunct Algol, yeah, this is the dark side fucking with the weather. Algol is the demon star. Okay. And they use astrology and they know when these markers are here. So we've got Uranus exactly conjunct Algol in Taurus at a Taurus degree, 26 degrees from now until October 29th, 2024. And then it will be exact again from April 25th, 2025 to May 12th, 2025. And then it will no longer be exact, but it will still be from now until 2026, it will still be within conjunction. But when it comes to fixed stars like Algol, it's not that big of an influence unless it's exactly conjunct, or in my personal astrological opinion, 1 or 2 degrees conjunct. Okay. So, yeah, Celestial Emma, thank you. Hit that like button. So I'm just trying to help you guys and be real with you guys. And I'm sorry if this is a really intense video, and this gives me no pleasure to say these things, but this is part of the times that we are living in, and the dark night of the soul test of these times with Uranus and Taurus, with Uranus conjunct Algol, with Neptune and Saturn and Pisces. Very weird and intense weather events. Okay, now let's talk about some good news, because there is some good news. All right. Good news is, and actually there's a lot of freaking good news. Okay, we've been going through hell, especially if you're like an awake person, because there's normie land and there's people completely brainwashed, and it's like, it can be like a horror movie at times. So you guys should all be very proud of yourselves that are not afraid to be open to the alternative conscious information and to be educating yourself, right? So hats off to all you guys. Good news is November 19th, 2024, Pluto fully ingresses into Aquarius. Okay, which, yes, it's Pluto. Yes, there will be intense things about this that I will share more in depth. But Aquarius rules technology, experiments, mad scientists, and Pluto, yes, he rules the dark side of life, death, rebirth, transformation, merging with others. This is the planet of revealing, right? So when Pluto ingresses into Aquarius, this will be the mass revealing of the experiments that have been done in every area of life, including the weather. So, as challenging as it is to go through some of these weather events, and like Gemini Ascension in the chat, to lose family members, to lose possessions, to lose your home. I mean, this is plutonic stuff. This is not fun stuff, right? Part of the positive side is that it's going to wake up. Aquarius is the collective of humanity, right? The past 16 years, we've been going through Pluto and Capricorn, which has been the revealing of what is Capricorn? The governments, the systems, the structures, the history, the politicians. Pluto and Capricorn, it's not been easy, but man, has it revealed a lot about the truth of our systems, right? Wendy says, the times are interesting, and I hope I will have the privilege of looking back at them and smiling at having lived through them. I believe we will, Wendy. We definitely will have that privilege to look back, and how strong are we to live through these times? We're living in historical times. It's wild. So thank you for that comment. Pluto and Aquarius, yes, it's weird, and there's challenging stuff about it that I'll talk about in upcoming content. But positive side will reveal the heart, will reveal the manipulation, will reveal the truth around experiments that have been done, right? Since the whole last 240-ish years, since the last time Pluto was in Aquarius. What else did I want to bring? I've got so many charts up here. Geez, Louise. I've got the chart up now for the full moon in Aries, which is really intense. Okay. And this weekend, I'm going to do a video just on this full moon in Aries that we've got on October 17th. Intense full moon because it's in a T-square to Mars, the ruler of Aries, the disposer of this new moon. There's actually a grand cardinal cross between Sun, Moon, Pluto, Mars. I'll talk about this more specifically in my full moon in Aries video on Sunday. Very intense and conflictual, but a positive of this moon, because Aries is one of the signs that rules leadership and action. Okay, is when we get to October 17th, I'm filming this video live October 9th. We will be out of, in particular, the Hurricane Milton. Okay, so that will have already hit Florida. We'll be in the aftermath of that. And people are going to be looking to the leaders, full moon in Aries, for real leadership. And certain leaders that are in those positions of leadership right now are not actual leaders. And even though it's going to be challenging, that is also going to wake a lot of people up because they are completely lacking in leadership. And it might be to the point where, and I said this on a show that I did with Jean-Claude and Janine, we did a special October surprise live show this past Friday on Beyond Mystic. I'm making a prediction that this is such an intense full moon in Aries, with Kamala Harris having such horrible transits, that she may have to drop out of the race, or something very serious might happen to her, or there could be a huge crisis that's going to happen with her. So I'll talk about that also more in depth in my video on this full moon on Sunday. But leadership is changing, and there's already a heightened awareness on the leaders, but the whole collective, we're like looking at the leaders and we're wanting that leadership. And there's a tension because it's not there, right, out in the open. There may be leaders behind the scenes that are running some things, but out there in the open in our government, it's not there. So that's going to be, an intense full moon where the leadership will be lacking, unfortunately. So Walkery says, getting fed up of these full moons, keeping me awake at night. I know we've been having so many intense full moons. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. And also, it's not just the hurricanes, and there's storms hitting Europe as well. There's wildfires in Wyoming that's barely getting any attention because the hurricane is, such a big topic right now. There's major wildfires as well. So that full moon in Aries can also be exposing the wildfires because fire in astrology is actually ruled by Aries. Firefighters, fire response. So by the time we get to this full moon, yes, we'll still be talking about the hurricanes, but full moons are not just release and completion portals, they also bring information to light of whatever areas of life are ruled by the sign it's in. The wildfires going on will also be really brought to light, and there may be some viral videos or podcasts of firefighters, fire kind of response people. Okay, what I want to bring up next is some mundane astrology. So looking at the astrology of countries, the United States, the state of Florida, and also the Netherlands. Okay, very interesting. So with the United States, what I've got up right now, if you're not familiar with astrology, this can look like a really funky chart. This is a transit chart for the United States for right now, for today. Okay. And I keep saying this word intense, but there's a lot of intense things going on. So first of all, with Pluto back in Capricorn since September 1st, and will be there until November 19th, this is the final kind of Pluto return of Pluto in the same sign as the original United States chart. The exact Pluto position of the United States is Pluto 27 degrees of Capricorn. So we're past the exact Pluto return, but it's still very strong. It's still a Pluto return, technically, in the second house of the United States, of Taurus, the Taurus ruled areas of life. Taurus rules land and resources and beautiful places of nature. Pluto can be crisis. Now, that's not the only meaning of the Pluto return in the second house. I mean, there's a lot of other things. This video is just specific to the weather astrology right now from 2024 to 2026. Pluto return in the second house of land and beautiful places, emergencies and crisis of places in the US that are, very beautiful. We have that happening in Florida. We have that happening in North Carolina. We have it happening in Wyoming with the wildfires, among other places. We've also got in the transit chart for the US, transit Neptune almost exactly conjunct the IC of the chart. The IC is the bottom of the astrology chart. It's the most vulnerable, sensitive part of our astrology chart. Neptune represents trauma, loss, and it's that Neptune in Pisces, the oceans, hurricanes, anything that has to do with water or weather related to water in conjunction to the IC. So wounds can be coming up, traumas can be coming up around hurricanes, around tropical storms, around flooding, around loss, refugees. It gives me no pleasure to say this, okay, but Neptune rules refugees, people that have been displaced. So that shows up in the chart as well. Now, one of the positives again, and I know I keep repeating myself in different ways in this video, I just want to be as respectful as possible because it's a lot easier for me to say certain things than to be actually experiencing it. One positive is coming together of people that have been displaced or, their homes have been so damaged that they can't live there for a while. One of the positives is even stronger communities will be created. People coming together will happen from these weather events that are very intense and possibly displacing people for a time. Neptune on the IC. We've also got Chiron return. The US is going through its Chiron return. I mean, Pluto return and Chiron return at the same time. This is a shit show. This is like wounds coming to the surface and not an easy time. This is one of the hardest times for America right now. Chiron is our wounds and our pain. In the sign of Aries, where our power has been taken away, and leaders. Aries rules leaders and freedom and independence, right? DigiBean says communities will be our life hubs soon. Yes, for sure. So, that it shows it's a very Chiron influenced time for the US as well. These are not easy transits. And we've also got, if that's not enough, transit Uranus conjunct Algol at 26 degrees of Taurus in square, almost exact, 1 degree off from being an exact square, to the natal moon of the US at 27 degrees of Aquarius. So remember what I was saying, you guys, Uranus and Taurus is one of the most unstable positions in astrology. It's the instability, Uranus, of the earth and nature and weather, Taurus, in square to the moon, which the moon in mundane astrology and country charts can represent the oil. Sorry, not the oil, the people. Sorry, I got confused because Peggy, I was reading your comment. The people, right, being affected by the weather. So just wanted to show you that because it all shows up in the astrology. It's absolutely fascinating, you guys. And Lisa says, time for people to take their power back. Yeah. And again, one of the positives, and I know it's easier for me to say than to experience, is this will help people to take the power back because it is a crisis situation and it is evil to manipulate weather and create crisis situations on people without their permission, right? So as fucked up as certain situations are right now, and we've been going through this since very intensely our whole lives, pretty much, because there's been a lot of lies in our lives. Everything the dark side does, the dark arts people do, it backfires. It totally backfires because the energy of the planet is rising and it can seem like it's going to shit because there's so many intense things going on in the world and so much darkness to light. But that's actually a sign that we are shifting and we are up leveling and we are transforming and healing. Is these things have to come to light, right? So hope what I just said made sense there. Peggy says Pluto rules what's under the land, like oil, gas, mines, and minerals. You're totally right, Peggy. Very good point. The fourth house rules home, including real estate. Yes, Pluto is in the second house, which can be land. You're right, Peggy. The fourth house is, of course, real estate. And that's a good point too, Peggy. It's like, are certain places being targeted for what's under the land? Right? So all of this is going to be revealed. And I'm not just saying that. I really, really believe that big time. Okay, let me bring up the chart of Florida, which I thought I had on my slide, but I don't. Okay, here it is. As soon as I saw this, I mean, you can't make this stuff up, right? Gemini Ascension says, I believe Mother Earth is helping to rid this evil as well. I believe Mother Earth is her own entity. Yes. So bringing up the chart of the state of Florida, which its birthday is March 3rd, 1845 at 10:45 a.m. Eastern in Tallahassee, Florida. I see you guys saying that I'm cutting out, that my audio is cutting out. Can you guys hear me right now? Give me a 5x5 if you can hear me okay. Testing, 1, 2, 3. My Wi-Fi shows that it's stable, so that's weird if it's cutting out for you guys. I'm just going to wait until I see that it's okay. Georgina says every other word is out. Okay, a bunch of you are saying 5x5. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Let me know if it, okay. That's okay. There might be some weird interference going on because my Wi-Fi is completely stable right now and I shouldn't be cutting out. I wonder if it's like that on Rumble or if it's just on YouTube. Just occasional cutting. Okay, I'm just going to remove myself from the stream for one moment and bring myself back. Just a moment, you guys. Okay. How about now? How are we doing now? Okay, truth seeking girl says it's fine. Jill says it was doing it but doesn't seem to be doing it now. Okay, Rumble 5 by 5. Okay. Anna, hi Anna. Anne, you say still cutting out. Okay. If it's cutting out and you're on YouTube, maybe you guys want to go to my Rumble channel. So weird. Some of you guys are saying you can hear me. Some of you guys are saying you can't hear me. What the hell? Okay, I'm just going to keep talking and let's pray to the technical gods that this will work. Sorry about that, you guys. Okay, it should be, I think the recording is going to be fine. So if it cut out, I think if we listen to it after, it should work. I have a feeling there's some interference going on. So screw whoever is trying to interfere with this right now. Okay. Perfect. So, okay, yeah, Rumble is great. So if you guys are having issues on YouTube, maybe go to the Rumble channel. I'm going to keep talking here. So when we look at the chart of Florida, astrology is totally real. I should be blown away by it, but I'm not really blown away by it anymore because I'm looking at charts all the time and it's being proven to me all the time. Yeah, Rumble works, you guys. So if you're on YouTube, maybe head over to my Rumble channel, Meg Moonbeam. Okay, so Florida has its sun at 12 degrees of Pisces. And, in the current astrology, we have Saturn at 13 degrees of Pisces. So Florida is going through exact Saturn in conjunction to its natal sun, which is one of the most challenging transits you can have in astrology. Saturn conjunct the sun, right? Granddaddy Saturn is about challenge, delays, heaviness, tough life lessons in the sign of Pisces. Water, hurricanes, tropical storms. So it literally shows up in the chart of Florida that, yeah, there's a major challenge that this state is going through big time at the moment. And the full moon in Aries that we have on October 17th is at 24 degrees of Aries. The Pluto in the chart of the state of Florida is at 22 degrees of Aries. So, this is in the aftermath of this hurricane, the state dealing with a crisis, which you don't need me as an astrologer to say that. We're already seeing that it's freaking crazy and it's going to be really intense aftermath, right? I'm just showing you guys that the astrology is real and it all shows up in the chart. So it is a heavy and actually challenging time for the state of Florida from now going until, let me give you guys the exact dates. Bear with me here for a second. Where is my other page? From now until really spring of 2025, it's going to be intense for Florida with Saturn conjunct the sun. And, there's obviously going to probably have to be hurricane relief, tropical storm relief, um, heaviness for the state of Florida, unfortunately. So we're going to be supporting you guys out there, sending lots of love, support, financial aid. When we look at the chart of Florida as well, this is a badass state. Okay, you've got a Aquarius stellium, which is the sign of freedom and being awake in your higher consciousness, right? So Florida is badass. I love Florida. Floridians are badass. And interesting that it's being targeted, right? Because there are so many freedom lovers in that state, of course. Donna Howard says St. Augustine is the oldest continually occupied city dated since 1565, and Native American Indians here dating back 1200s. So lots of history here. Very, very cool. Yeah, I've always wanted to go visit St. Augustine. So awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Donna. So we can see in the chart of the USA in the transits, intense weather events. We can see in the state of Florida, Saturn conjunct the sun, exact, with the full moon in Aries coming up just next week, conjunct the Pluto, right? And I see you, Belaruru. Trump lives there. Trump lives there. A bunch of freedom lovers are there. It's a place where we get a lot of sun. It's a healthy place to live, right? It's being targeted and it will be exposed. So I know this is a very heavy subject that I'm bringing up and I'm saying some intense things, but the positive side, you guys, is that all of this is going to be exposed. We've also got the smartphones that a lot of us are addicted to since Pluto went into Capricorn. The smartphones came out to the public right at the beginning of the Pluto and Capricorn transit. And with Pluto going into Aquarius, revealing of experiments in technology, we're going to have to wean ourselves off of those things because it's not very healthy for us. But positive of these smartphones is we can record freaking everything that's going on, right? So if you are in one of these areas being affected by the hurricanes, or you have any knowledge of what's going on with that, record everything. Record with permission people you talk to that have been affected, when you visit places that have been affected. Record all of it, because all of this evidence is going to be revealed big time. Okay. Now, shifting gears. Okay, we've been talking about the world as a collective, weather astrology. We've also been talking about USA, Florida. Before I finish up, I also want to I'm going to bring up at the end what we can look forward to, and also we'll do a collective prayer. But the last main piece that I want to bring up is the chart of the Netherlands. Okay. And actually, before I bring that up, I'm just going to show my husband Jens's YouTube channel. So if you haven't already, go follow my husband Jens, my Sagittarius dream lover, over on his YouTube channel, Jens Pateu. And we just put out this video. He just interviewed me on the astrology of the Netherlands that does have Dutch subtitles for anybody that is Dutch. We say it in English, but there are Dutch subtitles. And so we filmed that yesterday, and I realized, looking at the chart of the Netherlands, holy guacamole, there may be some very intense weather events coming up for the Netherlands, and I'm going to explain that in a moment. Okay, so go check out Jens's YouTube. He has a lot of really cool interviews and videos that he posts a lot. If you're not already subscribed, go subscribe to that. So with the Netherlands, okay, very, very interesting that this country has, and I think I might have put the wrong, okay, the time is off by a few minutes because I looked at this yesterday and the sun was at 25 degrees Pisces. So sorry about that, you guys. This chart has a little bit of a technical glitch, But the Netherlands is a 25-degree sun in Pisces with a Pisces stellium. We've got Neptune in Pisces. We've got Saturn in Pisces. We've got the lunar eclipses in Pisces. What have I been saying about all this Pisces influence? It is strengthening the potential for some of the most intense hurricanes and storms and floods and water-related weather that we will ever see in our lives. Right on the sun and the Pisces stellium of the Netherlands, okay? And again, I'm not trying to scare people. I'm not trying to promote fear. I'm just being honest as an astrologer that I love you guys and I want you guys to be prepared. Okay. If you live in the Netherlands, be prepared for 2024, 2025, possible like flooding, really intense storms, weather events. I don't know intensely the history of the Netherlands, so let me know in the comments, you guys, if you live there and you've ever experienced that, or what things are put in place to protect from that. I think that could be a very big theme for that country in particular. Okay. And, and I'm just bringing this up because if you live in that country, just be prepared for that potential. And remember, the stars impel, they do not compel. Okay. Eagle Nest says Florida is being targeted because the Gates Foundation is planning a 15-minute city. They own a large strip of waterfront on the Gulf. Yes, for sure. A lot of very fishy things going on. And thank you so much, Eagle's Nest, for sharing that. Celestial Emma, yeah, thank you. Hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So before we do our collective prayer and visualization, what can we look forward to? Okay, we can look forward to 2026 badass astrology. Okay, when we get to summer solstice 2026, Pluto is fully ingressed into Aquarius. Neptune is in Aries, Saturn is in Aries, Uranus is in Gemini, Jupiter is in Cancer. Jupiter will enter Leo. Yay, fun, lightness, celebration. So, one of the issues that we've been going through, and I've talked about this quite a few times in my content, is we haven't had, like, all the outer planets in recent years have been in earth and water signs. Wow, wow. Okay, heavy. Earth and water is heavy. When these outer planets go into the fire and the air signs, woohoo, this is fun. This is play. This is creativity. This is enjoyment of life. This is moving forward. This is not heavy. This is totally different energy. So this is something that we can look forward to, is there are way brighter times ahead. We are in the literal thick of it right now. Okay, so one of the most intense points in our lives right now. Okay, last thing I want to share with you guys, if you're open to it, is a collective little prayer visualization for the world. Hello, Sunny. Go follow Sunny from Pluto over on her YouTube channel. Yeah, let's do a little prayer visualization together, because remember, the stars impel but do not compel. And I have shared some potentials that I do want to be wrong about. So I'm just being clear about that. And we can change timelines with our intention, with the power of prayer. Okay. So I invite you guys, this will just be a few minutes. I invite you guys to join me to finish up today's live stream. If you feel to just get into a comfortable position, close your eyes. And I invite you to put your hands on your heart, or you may want to put your hands in prayer position. Take some deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathing all your energy into this present moment, calling all our energy back from any time, space, place that we've left it behind. And all these intense things that are going on can sometimes displace our energy, can make us scattered. So we're calling all parts of ourselves back now. Great mystery of the universe, thank you so much for this day. Thank you for our lives. Thank you for our awareness and our consciousness. And we send prayers of divine protection, love, support, light, the highest timeline available, the highest outcome available to all the places in the world that are being affected by adverse weather. And we visualize the world filled with light, filled and surrounded in protection. And we give permission to all the energies that support us for our highest good. Creator, our ancestors, our star family, our guides, our higher selves, all the things that support us for our highest good, we give permission for divine intervention, for light to win and succeed, for all darkness to be revealed, for all manipulation and lies and experiments to be revealed around the weather, the unusual weather that has been going on. And again, we give gratitude to be alive at these times of amazing shift. We are shifting. Our solar system is shifting through the photon band, our sun. There is so much that is greater than us, yet we are one with everything. And we are in gratitude and awe of the magic of the universe and the stars and this earth and our bodies and nature. Please help us stay in the highest perspective. Please help us be in the highest timeline available for all for their highest good that wish to be in that highest timeline. Please protect the animals and the plants and the people that are being affected by these intense weather situations throughout the world. And we know that Mother Earth is shifting and is giving birth to a new world, to her new version. And that does come with birthing pains, and that does come with natural intense weather events, that this is a natural thing, that yes, there are aspects of it that are not natural, but at the same time there is natural events as well. Please help us to stay safe. Please help us to stay grounded and go through these shifts as effortlessly, as aware, as grounded as possible. Thank you for the gift of prayer. Thank you for our unlimited potential. And please keep us remembering our magic, our potential, and our power. Please guide us in all ways for our highest good. Thank you. And you can say out loud or feel from your heart any other prayers that you have. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes if you have your eyes closed. And we are so much we are so much more powerful than we realize with our conscious minds. And I really feel the energy from spirit of like, remember how powerful you are, and that in every moment, your words, your thoughts, your actions are co-creating that reality in that timeline that we are on. Okay. So I love you all so, so much. Thank you for joining me in this video. Bernard from Bruges. Hello, Belgium. Thank you guys so much. I'm sorry for whatever technical issue was going on with the with the audio, but hopefully the recording is all good. So love you. See you all soon. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. All my links are in the description box below, and I will see you all very, very soon. Mwah. Love you all.